Join me as I take on the challenge of getting up close and personal with a wild cheetah in the heart of the savannah. There's something truly magical about encountering a wild animal in its natural habitat. The thrill of the unknown, the rush of adrenaline, and the awe-inspiring beauty of these incredible creatures all come together to create an experience that's truly unforgettable. And that's exactly what I'm excited to share with you today. My heart-stopping encounter with a wild cheetah in the savannah. Observing wild animals in their natural habitat can be a real challenge. One of the biggest obstacles is the unpredictability of their behavior. You can't simply expect a wild cheetah to pose for your camera or perform on cue. They're wild animals, and they'll do what comes naturally to them, which can sometimes be unpredictable and even dangerous. Safety is always the top priority when venturing into the wild, and that means being prepared for anything. Another challenge is getting into position to capture the perfect shot. Wildlife photography and videography require patience, stealth, and a deep understanding of animal behavior. You need to know where to be, when to be there, and how to get into position without startling your subject. It's a delicate dance between humans and animals, and it requires a great deal of respect for the natural world. Wildlife enthusiasts and photographers often spend years honing their skills, studying animal behavior, and learning how to navigate the wild. It's not something you can just pick up overnight, and it requires a tremendous amount of practice and patience. But the rewards are well worth the effort. When you're able to capture a truly remarkable moment on camera, it's an incredible feeling that's hard to describe. It's a mix of excitement, pride, and a deep sense of connection to the natural world. My journey to the savannah began several days before the actual encounter. I spent hours poring over maps, researching the best times and locations to spot cheetahs, and preparing my equipment for the expedition. The anticipation was building, and I could hardly sleep the night before. The next morning, I set out into the savannah, accompanied by my guide and a Land Rover full of gear. The African sun was beating down on us, and the air was thick with the sounds of birds and insects. It was going to be a long day, but I was ready for whatever lay ahead. As we made our way deeper into the savannah, the landscape shifted from open grasslands to dense thickets of acacia trees. The guide pointed out various landmarks and animal tracks, explaining how to identify the different species that called this place home. I was taking it all in, drinking in the sights and sounds of this incredible ecosystem. The environment was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. The sheer scale of the savannah is almost overwhelming, with its endless grasslands and towering trees that seem to stretch up to the sky. It's a place where humans are truly insignificant, and that's what makes it so humbling and awe-inspiring. And then, suddenly, we saw her. A sleek, golden shape emerged from the underbrush, her eyes fixed intently on something in the distance. My heart skipped a beat as I realized we were in the presence of a wild cheetah. The next few minutes were a blur of excitement and adrenaline. I was snapping photos and shooting video, trying to capture every moment of this incredible encounter. The cheetah was completely unfazed by our presence, going about her business as if we weren't even there. It was an incredible thing to see, and I felt truly privileged to be witnessing it. The sounds of the savannah were intense. The buzzing of insects, the rustling of leaves, and the distant calls of other animals all blended together to create a symphony of sound. And through it all, the cheetah moved silently, her paws barely touching the ground as she stalked her prey. It was a truly heart-stopping moment, one that I'll never forget. The thrill of the encounter, the rush of adrenaline, and the sense of wonder at the natural world all came together to create an experience that's truly unforgettable. One of the most important things I learned from this encounter is just how fragile and precious our natural world is. Cheetahs are an endangered species, and their habitats are under threat from human activity. It's a sobering reminder of our responsibility to protect and conserve these incredible animals and their habitats. Thanks for joining me on this incredible adventure. If you've got any thoughts or questions about this experience, please share them in the comments below. And if you're ready for more thrilling wildlife encounters, be sure to check out my next video, where we'll be exploring even more of the natural world.